Fake HOA mocked my house repairs, didn't know they were Habitat for Humanity funded. Why would someone tear down a home built on hope? I'll never forget the day Karen, the self-appointed queen of our neighborhood, strutted onto my property with a smirk sharp enough to cut glass. My small fixer-upper house was a mess, peeling paint, cracked windows, and a roof that sagged like it carried the weight of the world. But I was proud. Every nail I hammered, every wall I patched, was a step toward something bigger than myself. Karen didn't see that. She saw a chance to flex her power. "This eyesore is dragging down property values," she sneered, her clipboard clutched like a weapon. "Fix it, or the HOA will fine you into oblivion." Her words stung, but what came next was worse. She claimed my repairs were a scam, a ploy to flip the house for profit. She had no idea the truth was far bigger than her petty crusade. I wasn't just fixing my house. I was part of a Habitat for Humanity project, quietly working with volunteers to rebuild homes for families in need, including my own. The funds weren't mine. They came from donations, sweat, and community spirit. Every weekend, strangers showed up with tools and heart, turning broken boards into dreams. Karen didn't know this. She never asked. Instead, she launched a campaign to shame me. Flyers appeared in mailboxes, accusing me of fraudulent renovations. She posted on the neighborhood app, rallying her followers to report me to the city. "This house is a disgrace," she wrote. "He's conning us all." Comments piled up, some vicious, some just confused. My phone buzzed with threats from people I'd never met. I felt like a criminal in my own home, but I kept quiet, trusting the truth would surface. I was wrong to think it'd be that easy. Karen's attacks escalated. One Saturday, as volunteers mixed concrete in my yard, she showed up with a megaphone. A megaphone. "This is a scam," she bellowed, her voice echoing down the street. "Don't donate to this fraud." A few volunteers froze, unsure. Others glared, but kept working. I wanted to scream, to tell her she was wrong, but I bit my tongue. That's when I met Lila, a quiet volunteer with a sharp gaze. She was new, barely spoke, but she watched Karen like a hawk. "Let her dig her own grave," Lila whispered to me, her voice steady. I didn't know what she meant, but something in her tone made me trust her. Lila wasn't just a volunteer, she was a journalist, working undercover to expose HOA abuses. She'd been tracking Karen for months, and my house was now her tipping point. The real storm hit a week later. Karen crossed a line no one saw coming. Under the cover of dusk, she snuck onto the site and vandalized it. Spray paint smeared across the walls, "Fake" and "Sham" in angry red letters. Tools were scattered, lumber splintered, and a donated window shattered. The volunteers arrived at dawn and gasped. I felt sick, my chest tight with rage and helplessness. Karen stood across the street, filming it all, her phone raised like a trophy. "Proof!" she shouted. "This is what happens to liars." But Lila was there too, her own camera rolling. She'd anticipated Karen's move and set up a hidden lens the night before. The footage was crystal clear. Karen, caught red-handed, defacing a home meant for a struggling family. The volunteers erupted, some shouting, others crying. I just stood there, numb, as Lila calmly uploaded the video to the neighborhood app. The fallout was swift and brutal. The video went viral not just in our town, but across the county. Comments flooded in, calling Karen a bully, a hypocrite. Neighbors who'd once nodded along with her now turned their backs. The HOA board, desperate to save face, issued a public apology and stripped Karen of her position. Habitat for Humanity released a statement, detailing the project's mission and my role in it. Donations poured in, more than we'd ever dreamed. Enough to finish not just my house but 2 others. Karen tried to fight back, posting a tearful video claiming she was misunderstood. No one bought it. Her own daughter, a quiet teen I'd seen at HOA meetings, commented, "Mom, you went too far. That one hit hard." Karen's empire of control crumbled, her name now a cautionary tale. Standing in the finished house months later, I ran my hand over the smooth walls, the scent of fresh paint filling the air. A family would move in, soon a single mom and her 2 kids, their eyes wide with gratitude. Lila was there, too, her article now published, exposing not just Karen but a pattern of HOA overreach across the state. She gave me a small nod, her work done. The volunteers clapped, their laughter warm and alive. I thought of Karen, now quiet, her house dark most evenings. Her downfall wasn't just punishment, it was a mirror, forcing her to face the harm she'd caused. I hoped she'd learn from it, but that wasn't my fight anymore. This house, these walls, they're more than wood and nails. They're proof that truth and kindness can outlast cruelty. But I can't stop wondering, what makes someone like Karen lash out? Was it fear, pride, or something deeper? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Where do you draw the line between right and wrong in a story like this?